As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the military camp, soldiers prepared for the coming battle. The air was thick with anticipation and a quiet resolve. Men and women checked their gear, wrote letters home, and shared stories, trying to find comfort in the camaraderie that bound them. This was the calm before the storm, a brief moment of peace before the chaos of war. At dawn, the tranquility was shattered by the sounds of gunfire and explosions. The first engagement took place in a dense forest, where the enemy had set up an ambush. Soldiers moved stealthily through the underbrush, communicating through hand signals and whispers. The clash was intense, with the crack of rifles and the roar of artillery echoing through the trees. The soldiers fought bravely, pushing through the enemy lines despite the fierce resistance. The fighting escalated to an open battlefield, where trenches and barbed wire crisscrossed the landscape. Soldiers advanced under a barrage of artillery shells and machine gun fire, their progress slow and arduous. The ground was scarred with craters, and the air filled with the acrid smell of smoke and gunpowder. Despite the overwhelming odds, the soldiers pressed on, driven by duty and the determination to prevail. Amidst the chaos, stories of individual heroism shone through. A medic, risking life and limb, darted from cover to reach a fallen comrade. Under heavy fire, he administered first aid, stabilizing the soldier before dragging him to safety. The medic's bravery and quick thinking saved lives, a testament to the courage and compassion that existed even in the darkest of times. In a dimly lit command post, officers gathered around a large map, strategizing their next move. The war was not just fought with weapons, but with minds. Every decision was critical, every move calculated. The commanders debated tactics, considering the terrain, enemy positions, and supply lines. Their decisions would determine the course of the battle, and ultimately, the war. As night fell, a squad was dispatched for a covert operation. Equipped with night vision goggles, they moved silently through the enemy encampment, disabling guards and planting explosives. The night raid was a success, crippling the enemy supply lines and creating confusion in their ranks. It was a daring and dangerous mission, executed with precision and skill. The tide of battle turned with a coordinated counterattack. Tanks rumbled forward, flanked by infantry, as artillery provided covering fire. The ground shook with the force of the assault, and the enemy was forced to retreat. The counterattack was a pivotal moment, shifting the momentum in favor of the advancing forces. Victory seemed within reach, but the cost had been high. In the aftermath of the battle, the soldiers honored their fallen comrades. A makeshift memorial was erected, and they stood in solemn silence, remembering the bravery and sacrifice of those who had given their lives. The loss was a heavy burden, a reminder of the true cost of war. Yet, their spirits remained unbroken, their resolve to continue the fight unwavering. The final push took the soldiers through a devastated city. Buildings lay in ruins, streets were littered with debris, and smoke rose from the rubble. The fighting was fierce, street by street, building by building. The enemy was determined, but the soldiers' determination was greater. They pressed on, their objective clear: to bring an end to the conflict and secure victory. As the sun rose over the battlefield, the guns fell silent. The war had been won, but the scars remained. Soldiers helped each other, beginning the arduous process of rebuilding. The land was marked by the ravages of war, but it was also a testament to the bravery and resilience of those who had fought. In the quiet of the morning, there was a sense of hope, a hope that peace would prevail and that the sacrifices made would lead to a better future. The story of this military ground war is a tale of bravery, strategy, and sacrifice. It highlights the human spirit's resilience in the face of adversity, and the hope for a peaceful future that emerges from the ashes of conflict.